October 17th, 1996, Kensington Palace, 2:34 a.m. Princess Diana woke up screaming. She was drenched in sweat, her heart pounding. She'd had the nightmare again, the same one that had haunted her for months. She reached for her private journal on the nightstand and began writing with shaking hands. I had the dream again. The car crash, the tunnel, the darkness. I know they're planning something. I know I won't live to see my sons grow up. They're going to kill me and make it look like an accident. This wasn't paranoia. This was Diana's greatest fear. A fear so specific, so detailed, that when she died less than a year later, in a car crash, in a tunnel, in the dark, her friends would remember these words with horror. This is the story of Diana's deepest fear, the nightmares that plagued her final year, the journal entries that predicted her own death, and a terrifying question: was Diana psychic, or did she know something? 1995. The fear begins. Diana's fear of being murdered didn't appear suddenly. It developed gradually after her Panorama interview in November 1995, when she publicly challenged the royal family and questioned Charles's fitness to be king. "There were 3 of us in this marriage," she told Martin Bashir. That single sentence destroyed whatever remained of the palace's carefully constructed narrative about the marriage breakdown. Within days, the palace's response was swift and brutal. Queen Elizabeth ordered Charles to divorce Diana. The message was clear. Diana had gone too far. She was no longer protected by the family. She was now an enemy. Diana told her friend Simone Simmons, "I've crossed a line I can't uncross. They'll never forgive me for that interview. They'll make me pay." "What do you mean, make you pay?" "I mean, they'll find a way to silence me permanently." Diana began documenting her fears in her private journal. These weren't the journals she kept for her biographer Andrew Morton. These were secret notebooks she kept hidden in her bedroom, where she wrote her most private thoughts. January 1996, the first nightmare. Diana's nightmares began in January 1996. She would wake up in the middle of the night, gasping for air, with the same recurring vision: a car crash in a dark tunnel. She wrote in her journal, January 14th, 1996. The nightmare came again. "I'm in a car. It's going very fast. I can't see who's driving. We enter a tunnel. Everything goes dark. There's an impact, pain, and then nothing. I wake up knowing I'm going to die this way." Diana told her therapist about the dreams. The therapist suggested they were manifestations of her anxiety about loss of control in her life. But Diana disagreed. "These aren't anxiety dreams. These are warnings. I think they're planning to kill me in a car accident." Who is they? The establishment, MI6, people who work for the palace. I don't know exactly who, but I know they want me dead. Diana's therapist documented these sessions and later revealed Diana was convinced she was going to be murdered. She had a very specific fear about dying in a car accident. She talked about it constantly. March 1996, Diana's prediction letter. In March 1996, Diana did something extraordinary. She wrote a letter to her butler, Paul Burrell, outlining her fears and predictions about her own death. The letter said, "I am sitting here at my desk today in October, longing for someone to hug me and encourage me to keep strong and hold my head up high. This particular phase in my life is the most dangerous. My husband is planning an accident in my car, brake failure and serious head injury, in order to make the path clear for him to marry." Diana gave this letter to Paul Burrell with instructions: "If anything happens to me, this needs to be made public. The truth needs to come out." Burrell kept the letter sealed for years. After Diana's death, he revealed it to the world. The royal family dismissed it as Diana's paranoia, but the specificity was chilling. Car accident, brake failure, head injury. Diana died in a car crash with catastrophic head injuries. May 1996. The surveillance begins. Diana became convinced she was being surveilled. She told friends her phones were tapped, her movements were followed, her private conversations were being monitored. "I can't have a single private moment," she told Rosa Monckton. "There are people watching me constantly. I find listening devices in my apartment. My bodyguards report my activities to the palace. Even people I trust have been compromised." Diana's friend Simone Simmons confirmed, "Diana would find bugs in her bedroom, in her sitting room. She'd show them to me. She wasn't imagining it. She was genuinely under surveillance.
Diana wrote in her journal, May 22nd, 1996. Found another listening device today. This one was in the lamp beside my bed. They're listening to everything. My phone conversations, my private moments. They're building a file on me, waiting for the right moment. Security experts who later investigated confirmed that Diana's phones were indeed tapped, and her movements were monitored by intelligence services. July 1996. The nightmares intensify. By summer 1996, Diana's nightmares were occurring almost nightly, and they were becoming more detailed, more specific. She wrote, July 18th, 1996. The nightmare is getting worse. I can see more details now. The tunnel has white tiles. There are pillars. The car is black. There are flashing lights behind us, paparazzi or something else. The driver is going too fast. Someone is with me, but I can't see who. Then the crash. And this time in the dream, I don't die immediately. I'm conscious for a while after. I can hear voices, but I can't speak. I'm trapped. Diana described this dream to multiple friends. Lady Elsa Bowker later recalled, Diana told me she kept having nightmares about dying in a tunnel. She described it in such detail. A black Mercedes, a tunnel with white tiles, photographers chasing them. When she actually died in those exact circumstances, I couldn't believe it. August 1996. Diana meets with lawyers. Diana's fear became so overwhelming that she met with her lawyer, Lord Mishcon, to formally document her concerns. Lord Mishcon took detailed notes of the meeting. He later testified, Princess Diana expressed her belief that there was a conspiracy to have her killed. She believed the most likely scenario would be a staged car accident. She wanted this documented in case something happened to her. Diana told Lord Mishcon, if I die in what appears to be an accident, especially a car accident, please investigate. Don't accept the official explanation. There are people who want me dead, and they have the means to make it happen. Lord Mishcon was troubled enough by Diana's concerns that he sealed his notes and instructions that they be preserved as evidence if anything happened to her. October 1996, Diana's final journal entry. Diana's most chilling journal entry was written in October 1996, exactly 11 months before her death. She wrote, October 17th, 1996. I know I'm going to die soon. I can feel it. The dreams are constant now. I see the tunnel, the crash, the darkness. I won't live to see William become king. I won't see Harry get married. I won't grow old. My time is running out. They've decided I'm too dangerous to live. I know too much. I've said too much. And they're going to silence me. When it happens, please don't believe it was an accident. Please investigate. Please tell my boys the truth. Diana showed this entry to her friend Simone Simmons. I'm not being paranoid, she said. I know what I know, and I know what's coming. Then why don't you go public with these fears? Because that would only accelerate their timeline. Right now, they're planning. If I go public, they'll act immediately. November 1996, July 1997, the final months. During Diana's final 9 months, her fear intensified. She told friends she was living on borrowed time. She wrote to her friend, Annabelle Goldsmith, I feel like I'm being hunted. Everywhere I go, I see people watching. Every car ride makes me nervous. I check my brakes constantly. I won't let anyone else drive me if I can help it. Diana began taking precautions. She varied her routes. She avoided predictable patterns. She documented everything suspicious in her journals. But she also seemed resigned. I can't live my whole life in fear, she told Rosa Monckton. At some point, they'll get to me. I just hope when it happens, the truth comes out. August 1997. The nightmare becomes reality. On August 31st, 1997, Diana died in a car crash in the Alma Tunnel in Paris. The circumstances matched her nightmares and predictions with horrifying accuracy. It was a car crash, as she'd predicted, in a tunnel, as she'd dreamed, in a black Mercedes, with white tiles on the walls, exactly as in her nightmares. She was being chased by photographers, as she foreseen. She suffered catastrophic head injuries, as she written in the letter to Paul Burrell. She remained conscious after the crash for a period of time, as she described in her journal. The similarities between Diana's recorded fears and the actual circumstances of her death was so specific that even skeptics had to admit the coincidence was extraordinary. After Diana died, the journals disappear. After Diana died, her private journals, the ones where she documented her fears and nightmares, disappeared.
Paul Burrell, her butler, claimed he took them for safekeeping. The police seized them during an investigation. Various parties claimed to have portions of them, but the complete journals have never been released to the public. The royal family has blocked all attempts to make Diana's private journals public, claiming they contain sensitive material that would be harmful if released. What was Diana trying to tell us? What did she know? The question that haunts Diana's story is this: was she prescient? Did she somehow foresee her own death through nightmares and intuition? Or did she know something concrete, a plan, a conversation she'd overheard, intelligence she'd received that made her certain she was going to be killed? Diana's friends are divided. Some believe she was psychic. Diana had always been sensitive to spiritual things, Lady Elsa Boker said. She believed she was receiving warnings through dreams, and she was right. Others believe she had information. Diana had sources in intelligence services, one anonymous friend claimed. She knew more than she let on. The dreams might have been her subconscious processing information she'd learned. And some believe it was a tragic coincidence. Diana was anxious and paranoid after the Panorama interview, her therapist suggested. She fixated on car crashes as a fear. That it actually happened that way is horrible coincidence, nothing more. But the specificity of Diana's predictions makes coincidence hard to accept. She didn't just fear death, she feared death in a car crash in a tunnel with head injuries while being chased, and that's exactly what happened. The journals that remain hidden. To this day, Diana's complete private journals remain hidden. Portions have been released, but the full documentation of her fears, her nightmares, and her predictions remains sealed. Freedom of information requests have been denied. Legal challenges have been blocked. The journals are protected under royal privilege and classified as too sensitive for public release. What's in those journals that the palace doesn't want us to know? Did Diana document specific threats, name specific people, describe specific plans she'd learned about? We may never know, but Diana's greatest fear, that she would be killed and the truth would be buried, may have come true. Diana knew. Whether through dreams, intuition, or information, she knew what was coming. She tried to warn us. She tried to document it. She tried to ensure the truth would come out. But in the end, her nightmare became reality, and the journals where she predicted it all remain locked away, hidden from the world, just like so many other truths about Diana's life and death. Perhaps that was always part of the plan: silence Diana in life, silence her in death, and silence her truth forever.
Disclaimer: this video presents a speculative and dramatized account based on reported claims about Princess Diana's fears before her death. While it is documented that Diana expressed concerns about her safety to friends and wrote letters to her butler, Paul Burrell, the specific details of private journals, nightmare descriptions, and diary entries presented here are fictional dramatizations, meant to explore the documented fact that Diana feared for her life. Any specific journal entries, dreams, or conversations depicted are creative interpretations. Diana's death was investigated extensively and ruled accidental by official inquiries. This narrative explores alternative theories and Diana's documented fears without claiming to prove any conspiracy. Viewer discretion is advised.